Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. So this is officially episode 6, and in episode 6 we're going to look at biochemistry. Now, you know what? Let's just dive right into it. So is biochemistry biology or is it chemistry? If we go small, we go to molecules made of a few atoms and even smaller. And if we go even smaller, we get particles smaller than an atom, and that's particle physics. Okay, so we're discussing like the range of study, right? So if we go small, we go to molecules which are made up of few atoms, but if we go even smaller, that is considered particle physics. Okay, so bigger is entire cells, which that one is biology. So biochemistry is domain of large biomolecules like proteins and DNA and the things that they can do, right? Is it important to understand? Yes, because anything to do with nutrition, medicine, and general health is rooted in biochemistry. Because in nutrition, it has to do with metabolism, the chemical properties breakdown, the food that you eat, right? You're with me so far? Right. Stingy with that oil. So your health too, as all diseases have molecular bases. So you are just a bunch of molecules, so we need to know what they all do, right? No, maybe you should like hold it like this. So sorry, Abby. The drip is killing me today. Fashion statement is crazy. So the domain is misunderstood. Everywhere you look, there is misinformation about diet fats, medical hoaxes like detox. Many people step off the science, opting for unsubstantiated alternatives, but it's a poor option. The status of everything in your body is governed by large biomolecules like enzymes, receptors, and DNA. They are understood by biochemistry very well. So, the large biomolecules do is the same stuff we learn in general and organic chemistry. It's just a bunch of pulses and minuses, charges that make chemical reaction happen. The more we go into the topic, the more we'll understand, right? These chemical reactions they're talking about. So when we see a picture of an enzyme, it looks like a weird tangled blob. We draw it like that to save time. It would be impractical for us to draw out individually using the line notion, but we must absolutely understand this enzyme on the molecular level and how it does basic chemistry, right? So in this episode I'll do most of the reading, so you keep eye on me. Don't need me to keep my eye on you. So these complex biochemistry processes working together to gain the complexity of life, in the end you will emerge wise. Like if you focus on these chemical processes, you'll working together to gain the complexity of life, you will emerge wiser. If you focus, you'll be wiser. It is the chemistry of life. Biochemistry is pretty much the chemistry of life. We usually discuss the the chemistry that usually happens inside the body, like for example digestions, breakdowns, all of that. So we study it in chemistry. Love it, it's brilliant. So your diet has fat, proteins and carbohydrates. Your body uses metabolism to deal with these foods, right? That's a crucial part of biochemistry. The diet or that has fat, proteins and carbohydrates, and metabolism used to deal with these foods. You can build stuff up, calling it anabolism. After the breakdown, if it builds something up, it's anabolism. Or you can break stuff down and it's called catabolism. Now after the breakdowns, it's metabolism, right? So utilizing lots of enzymes, which are catalysts, increases the speed or rate of the chemical reactions without being consumed by the reaction. That's my favorite part. The enzymes are used in these breakdowns, and most of the times they don't even get digested themselves. They just use in the chemical breakdown, chemical reactions, right? So the biochemistry playlist include like the certain topics that we're going to choose to look at in biochemistry are amino acids, which the formula is C to this side COOH, down R to this side K2N, and up H. So the K2N is the amino group, the COOH is the carbolinks group, and the R is the R group, right? It's the amino acid, right? It's an amino acid. We are going to look at titration of amino acid, linear backplot, peptide bonds, protein structures, competitive inhibitors, protein denaturation, conjugated proteins, enzyme substrates, enzymes kinetic, enzymes in general, regulations of enzymes, right? So in the diet, the first thing we're going to look at is proteins and their breakdown in the diet, and how proteins are usually broken down, all of it to the last form. So the first stage is the proteins, which goes to polypeptides, and then oligopeptides, and then dipeptides into amino acids, right? Proteins. Mind blowing. And then we go to carbohydrates, which go to polysaccharides, and then disaccharides, and then monosaccharides, and then glucose, fructose to galactose. Nice, carbohydrates into glucose. Nice biochemistry. So we look at fats. They're broken down to triglycerides, TGS, and then glycerol plus FFA. We learn FFAs in the later stage of this class. So the pancreas on its own can complete digestion from A to Z. Okay, now the best part of this topic is this stage right here. This is a personal favorite of mine. I hope you see it too. It's called A Tale of Two Worlds. A Tale of Two Worlds. Now in A Tale of Two Worlds, we look at insulin world. This includes the protein anabolics, the glycogen anabolics, which is from glucose, and then fat anabolics from FFA, which FFA means free fatty acids to TGLs. We haven't discussed TGLs, right? TGLs, right? I guess you'll learn about TGLs shortly. The second in A Tale of Two Worlds is glycogen world, which is protein catabolics, glycogen catabolics, and fat catabolics. Protein to glucose in protein catabolics. Glycogen catabolics is glycogen to glucose. Fat catabolics is TGL to FFA, which FFA means free fatty acids. Now, insulin is anabolics, and Glycogen is catabolic, breaking them up and then breaking them down into glycogen, right? Pretty interesting stuff. Chemistry at a biological level. It's fascinating stuff, really. So, another topic we choose to study in biochemistry is stereochemistry, which is a part of biochemistry which involves levels and dextrose. Now, levels are said to be the left side and dextrose are the right side. Now, some of these things that are involved in levels and dextrose, well, you learn about them shortly. Humans have D sugars and L amino acids, right? So the levels are amino acids and the right one are sugars, right? We study amino acids at length. This includes protogenics and non-protogenics, right? So class, that is biochemistry. Today I have dabbled in biochemistry. If you see me with the beakers, playing around with the chemistry, today I was just working on biochemistry, fooling around and trying to expand your horizon on the topic. Now, this was episode 6, biochemistry. Fascinating stuff if you know your chemistry, right? You love it. You can see the level of chemistry you are playing. Uh, uh, Biochemistry can actually be considered a unit that's being offered in chemistry in colleges and universities. So yeah, biochemistry is fascinating. We've just doubled in. You can see me with the code lab having fun. Yeah, everything was perfect today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until I see you again, folks. Austin.